Hi, my name is Angie Estrellas, and I'm the Executive Director for Esperanza Shelter. I'm so grateful to be here to thank all of you in 100 Women Who Care for your incredibly generous donation of $11,897 to our domestic violence agency. Many of you know that we've served domestic violence survivors for over 40 years, and I'm proud to say that we've had no interruption to services through this COVID pandemic. We did move to virtual platforms and an off-site housing model, which allows for all of our shelter residents to have their own bathroom and kitchen and living area. This move was in order to keep both staff and residents safe, and we are pleased to say that your help to our COVID emergency fund is allowing these residents to be somewhere that keeps them and their families safe. We have seen a rise in domestic violence during this time, even though our crisis calls have decreased, and this is because it's harder for victims to find time away from their abuser and make these crisis calls. For those who do get through, we are seeing an increase in shelter requests, and unfortunately our shelter has been full continuously, as well as other shelters in the state. So we are definitely doing our best to help survivors of domestic violence, and we thank you for doing your part in making this possible. I'm going to leave you with two stories. Um, One that was sad and has happened more than once. A woman called from a stranger's phone while in a store and was in the middle of safety planning her escape when she panicked and said, "I was just sent in for eggs and I've been in too long and I have to get off the phone," and hung up. And we never heard from her again. But then there's a person who went into a premature birth and spent time with their baby in NICU, and then was transferred into the shelter with a fragile little infant and her other children, and is so grateful to have a safe place to land. And there's many other stories I could share with you. Our advocates at both the shelter and the non-residential site are continuing to offer support on a daily basis through advocacy, therapy, case management, children's programming, all through a virtual platform. And our clients continue to say how grateful they are to have safe spaces to gather. And again, all of you made this possible, and we thank you, because right now, during this isolation, it's an especially hard time for survivors of domestic violence, and both they and us at the agency are grateful for your support. Thank you. Have a blessed day, and I hope that you and your families all stay safe and healthy.